How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal, and today we're going to talk about a video game that was released in arcades in 1981 that got a Game Boy port about a year before its NES port, and was notable because it was one of the first titles released in arcades by Taito's American arm. It's a puzzle game, and most of you don't know it by its actual name. You know it by the name of the kind of play-alike, look-alike game on old Nokia phones. This is that game. You may know it as Snake. Remember how back in the day y'all used to roll up on folks and be like, "Hey, you got games in your phone?" Yeah, this is that game. It was released on the NES in 1991. It was released on the Game Boy in 1990, and it had a number of home ports before that. But this is an example of a simple game that's incredibly addictive. So today, we're going to take a look at the NES port of Kicks. Now, in Kicks, you play as you control this little marker, and the object of the game is to cover at least 75% of the screen. And you do that by drawing lines. You draw lines and fill in certain amounts of the screen, and you get a picture or color. In the example of the old arcade game, just colored blocks. You fill it in colored blocks. With the NES port, you got pictures, little shapes and stuff. It wasn't anything too crazy. With other versions of the game, it did different stuff as well. But it's not that simple, because you're also avoiding this thing called sticks. Well, no, called kicks, which floats around the screen in a randomized pattern. There's no real rhyme or reason, and it's just meandering about. And if it makes contact with your sticks when you're drawing, you'll lose a life. There's also the threat of a thing called sparks that just follow along behind your marker that can take you out. There's also the threat that if you stop moving, a fuse ignites on whatever shape you take, and that'll take you out if it makes contact with you. So this isn't that simple. It's actually pretty addicting, because you want to get as much of the screen as possible. So, you can get points for closing in the kicks and getting bonus points like that. If you draw your lines a little bit slower, that'll get you more points than drawing it fast. Stuff like that. This game is a lot of fun, and there's no actually bad version of this game. Even going back to the Atari 5200 and the Apple II computer and stuff like that. Different versions of this game popped up in different ways, and it all worked. Well, I know that Nintendo published the Game Boy version. I'm not sure about the NES version of the game, but this is a great arcade title, a great arcade port, and a really fun little puzzle type. Now, if you want to get your hands on an NES copy of Kicks, be prepared to pay. Cheapest copies are about $70 and they tick up from there. Conversely, the Game Boy version of the game you can get for about $10. I saw a copy for the Atari 5200 if you have one of those, going for like $4. The version for the Apple II computer, not really going for a lot of money. So it looks like the NES version of Kicks is the most expensive home port. And it's a fantastic game. If you have a way to play it, I don't care if you gotta go find an old Nokia phone that has it on there and play it like that. You need to play Kicks because it's a wonderful video game and it's a pretty addicting puzzle game. This has been the 8-Bit Animal, and I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow. Tomorrow. Yeah. I'll buy that for $1.